كيستولي الناس سرتي سرك تمكاس من عاكو كيستولي الناس
Who will share all your love, pure and fair? But in your eyes, I can see that someone will be me. جانا بهرون نشمي بكل خضانا ندبر يا هالود يوم الضيانا تشاوق من شين خوب بخانا
سبور اللي مو غيبتي أسرنجاني قد باتن بتخنا أندراناني شوق من نخلي بالي ولا بخل ماني شمخ دايم طلي شاني
aman 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 خيوما منيم يومانه زبنات سالم زبونه بقرايا يقالولانه شبرو مخشم شم لجلوجه رقد لي تلم يمين دايا يوها ويل القدا رقدق بري وخيم رخ صفاتا برقدا رقد لي تلم يمين دايا يوها ويل القدا رقدق بري وخيم رخ صفاتا برقدا يا مريم شغل بخيام قرب بالزود زيادة يا ألهم شغل بخيام قرب بالزود زيادة يا ألهم شغل بخيام قربنا بالزود زيادة فرخ لو ماني لتباصي الصيادة شتايا ميام جوعي وأنشواق قربة بزيادة غزل الأصرخ لو ماني لتباصي الصيادة شتايا ميام جوعي وأنشواق قربة بزيادة روضة نايمة خل صدرك بقوان صدر الجادة روضة نمخايا إلى صدرك بقوان صدر برجادة روضة نمخايا إلى صدرك بقوان صدر
Back here.
In black.
We're back. Oh yeah, and then one more time we're gonna do it for the crowd, the eagle that you still don't want to do. Welcome, guys. It's been a while that we've run our show. From sickness and priorities of life that come our way and get us busy. But we're back. Let alone we have a few topics that we want to talk about. One is I kind of proposed it because I hear a lot from a lot of people. 100%. Is it how much of that is accurate? That 100%. And my buddy, my brother, my lover, George.
I want to talk about misinformation and like how a lot of media outlets show one-sided information constantly.
Oh.
So we never know what's actually true or what's not true.
Okay, so misinformation. Misinformation is another topic. And do we have another one?
No. I have many topics right now.
Yeah.
But we have a Christmas special. We'll be dressing up in Christmas hats.
Yeah, I'll wear my my Christmas sweater, ugly sweater.
Oh yeah.
Well, I don't think it's ugly. I think it's
I
a
have
nice
a
sweater.
really ugly.
I don't get into it's a nice Christmas sweater. How about that? So
Yeah, if you have a nice one, I'm impressed.
it is. I do actually.
Mine's ugly.
Why? Like, what do you mean ugly? Like,
Like,
I don't
it's ugly.
like it's weird, like chopped up.
No, I mean like it just looks ugly.
Anyway, so this is what I want to like. As you see, how many times you've run into a person like looking at you, like 100%, man, I got you, 100%. This deal's gonna go through, 100%.
So-
I can save you money, 100%. I got you back, and obviously it turns from 100% to 0%, right?
Often, like I'm also a person who says 100% when my friends ask me to hang out, and then I'll be going 100% just to get them off my back. Then I'll never show up. For example.
That's why the only thing that I have concrete in that 100% number is only in math. When people tell me 100%, right?
Even in math, that's okay.
No, there is. I'll give that. But when somebody, I would say almost every single person who's used that exact thing to assure me of a deal going through, of savings, of being there or making plans, becomes 0%, right? That's why it's like, to me, and I want to bring it, and I've heard so many people say it, and I don't say it. I don't like to say it because I just been mindful of it. But next time that you go around with people, and when people are promising you things, or they're trying to give you this and really try hard to convince you, you'll see and notice that I'm using that 100% term. 100%, brother, I got you. 100%.
How annoying. Like, I think that term is mostly used for reassurance in any case.
But it's not really reinsurance.
No,
See,
but I mean, like, that's why people use it, to say, yeah, totally. To, like, tell them, like, okay, leave me alone now.
well, no, then that'd be horrible depending on what you're getting and what kind of deals that you're getting into. So, for example, if you're a person that sells cars, you promise somebody 100% I can save you a few grand. 100%, I can, get you a good deal. Or, for example, whatever, like, maybe you made a trade with the buddy or whatever, like 100%, you're getting a good deal at the end of this. But it really doesn't come off as a good deal. And what I'm trying to say, and the reason why I bring it up, and it's just an awareness for everybody out there, is there is no such thing as a sure thing. And you have probably heard that. And that same thing with 100%. So I'm not into sales, right? And I say for those people who are sales, the people who succeed in sales, they tell it straight, like they're hard workers, and they tell it straight like it is. You always set them expectations low, because at the bare minimum, you can hit it. If you go above that bare minimum, you look like a hero. But versus if you put it at the very top, say, yeah, I can kill it and do this, and you come back to the bare minimum, the person on the other side feels that disappointment. That's what I'm kind of getting at, right? And I've been on that disappointment end of it, and I know a few buddies and stuff that have felt the same thing I've felt and gone through. So
I've been on the disappointed side as well.
but yeah, so what do you feel? Do you find that with maybe deals that you've come across or friends that
They
you
fall
have?
through.
Yeah, they fall.
I believe the term 100% is usually used, like how I've seen it so far. It's used to tell me, like, either it's not going to happen how I want it to happen. They're just pulling my leg. They just, they don't even know what they're talking about. They just use it to say they know what we want to hear. They're like, oh, you have this deal, and I promise you, 100% I'll sign with you. For example, it's just like I said. It's more like a reassurance thing. People,
Wouldn't that make that person look worse on the other side, or no?
yeah, like people who do that to me. For example, if it was a contract, I would not sign that person.
Hey. Yeah, we're just doing the podcast right now. We're gonna pick up an emergency call. That's why. So, no, I didn't. So, pop on, send a message. We'll see you. Okay. Bye.
But yeah, like I find it most of the time people who use it, I don't sign them because I actually don't. And then if they'll call me back, I still don't continue.
Well, okay. So you what? So you,
Because those people can't tell me how it is. Like, if they can't tell me straight, like, the odds, or, like, they should know, hypothetically, their own,
but is it
own
rude to
situation.
tell them, like, to say, hey, what you're doing is actually wrong, right?
I wouldn't say it's wrong, though. That's my thing.
What do you mean? Why is it?
I-
Well, you're making the other side. You're making that assurance to the other side, and that other side's heavily relying on what you're saying, and it's costing. And when you disappoint them,
Yeah, see,
it
that's-
burns bridges. It burns all these other things, right?
But that's my point. Like, what they're doing, in a sense, is not, like, wrong, because think of it like this. It's the same way as, like, so a stockbroker, for example, a guy who takes your money, invests it for you, he tells you a rate. He's like, we're going to do high risk. All you find out is he tells you he's going to make you money. You find out he actually didn't put any of your money in stocks. He took it straight to gambling. Lost the whole thing. Okay?
Yeah.
And, but I mean, like, there's high risk in all those. Like, there's high risk, low risk, and medium risk
Yeah.
of, like, your investment for a stock person in general. This is the stock they say. You have a medium chance of making more money or dropping by a little. You have a high chance of losing a lot of money or making a lot of money. And then there's like, you would just make money from the
Yeah.
low section, but it's a tiny increments. And that's a safe, but you still can lose, but you'll never notice how much you lose. So it's like, I think when it's like, you're a salesman for that reason. Because you can know it's a bad deal, like as that stock person. But like they're trying to make their quota, their money. It's ethically wrong.
So what? So in a sense, they're stepping on somebody else in order to get where they.
But like that's the whole world, though.
No, that's not the whole world.
It's almost the whole world.
No, then that is the case. That I would see eventually that person won't succeed.
That's not true.
It is true.
No, because I genuinely.
Because you're going to generate more enemies than you're going to generate good referrals. Eventually, it's going to catch up with you.
But you don't need good referrals for something like that. Like, I mean, like, in general. The people who step on other people are in a sense of business where they don't need that, like, utility. Like, I can name a bunch of people right now who are controversial, obviously. And you don't like them and I don't like them.
Who?
He owns he's one guy who's famous for like owning the island where
Epstein?
Epstein.
Okay.
He stepped over. He started a big group of people stepping over.
Well, look, where did he end up? Where did he end up? And
Isn't he
the
80?
people that he had with him, what's happening now?
They're all going, but he's like, how old is it?
It doesn't matter. That's not the point. I'm trying to say eventually, if you're crooked, your crooked ways will catch up to you. I believe that.
Yeah, I don't disagree,
And that-
but it's like, for him, he doesn't even care that. He's so, like, he got to an age where he's like, I don't care.
No, that's not true. I don't think that, because once you're, imagine, that's probably even worse when you're even later and then you're comfortable and it goes crazy, you know? The reason they're asking is like, why'd you mute? I think because Epstein. You can say Epstein. People talk about it.
I know, but I'm saying,
There's
I
a
don't know
list.
what's controversial.
There's a list. There's nothing controversial. Like, we don't know half of the stuff outside of what's shared and what people talk about. We don't know.
That's the part on misinformation.
Yeah, and that's what we
That's
get.
what we'll-
We can get into misinformation, but what I'm trying to say is, and really why I'm big it, I'm guarantee you, many of you out there, whoever is watching, has run into that situation. Whether it's a family member, whether it's a relative, whether it's a friend, whether it's a
the
stranger,
100%?
that 100% that they assure you, or you know, telling you it's a sure thing. Never believe that. There is no such thing as a sure thing. I'm a firm believer of that. And same thing with 100%. There is no such thing. When somebody's assuring me 100, outside of just the number 100%, that's the most real
just
thing.
yes or no.
Just a number. Yeah, it's not like. And the way I say is, regardless, instead of using 100%, you really want to build your trust and with people. Be passionate, have really good understanding of what you're trying to sell and do, and then go above and beyond of what everybody's doing as you're building yourself. So you build that trust, and not only that, set expectations lower, the bare minimum, because when you shoot it right above that bare minimum, they see you as a hero, and it looks even greater. It's like, you know what, George promised me, he's like, I don't know about this deal. The most you're able to get is probably, the best I can probably do as of right now with the things are 40,000. He already knows he can get more than that, but he's not saying that. He's already setting the bar low. And as soon as like deal went 52,000, like, look, I did everything, went above and beyond. I connected with these. I was able to secure you a deal for 52,000. You've already set their expectations. You've already told them, and their mind's already 40. Now all of a sudden you come back and say 52. How do you think that individual is gonna feel? Like, it was 90. Like, wow, 52, man, 40. You got another extra 12,000. That's amazing. You know what? You're awesome, man. Like, I'm definitely gonna be talking about this deal. I'm definitely gonna be telling people about it. Thank you so much, George, for this.
Jorge.
Right, and Jorge in Spanish, Espanol.
But yeah, no, but I don't think what type of punishment would you give those people?
No, you don't give a punishment. It's just I
think
there'll be a once you do deal with them, the people that fall in their laps. It's a once and done deal, and no one will ever go back to them to do repeat business. And it doesn't look good for them, especially if they're in the business of doing sales. It doesn't look good for them, personally. So yeah, no, you hear it all the time. That's all I like. The reason why I bring it up, and I say it, and I wanted to bring it to your attention. Next time when you're talking to people or any sales, listen to what they're saying and how they're assuring you, right? Like, how realistic is their approach and what are they saying? You know, with anything, there's no sure thing in stock and finances. There's nothing. There's never gonna be. And that's the main lesson, you know. God bless you on that. But that's the main thing I wanted to bring up and talk. Realistically, you know, that's that.
Does any of your friends do it?
Yeah.
Does any of your friends?
Yeah, I have friends that have done it, and for sure. And it's like, yeah, you're like, okay, no worries. You say 100, I say 150%. You know what? A 250. Not even 100%. Like, obviously you shouldn't be going 259%. I'll even throw even numbers. But no, the reason why I bring it up, I just hear it a lot, and a lot of people still use it. The sure thing, 100%. don't believe those things. My final thought on that matter is like, don't believe those things. Test them out. Go see with others. If somebody's not delivering to the expectations of you are, there is no reason for you to be tied to them, right? And personally, if I was ever in sales, I would always set the bar for my customer where I know what I could get. I know what's an overreach, but let's bring it down even below what I know I'm going to get. Because once I go above that, I look like the hero to the customer, and it makes things better, and it sets the expectation clearly from the get-go. That's all I'm saying. Don't over whatever. Do it.
Yeah, no, I agree.
You know.
All right, to move on then, we will talk about.
Do you want to say anything on that?
I had nothing to say besides like.
Welcome to Ali's used car. I'll give you a good deal. 3 tires, and you buy your own 4 tires.
This is actually funny.
What?
Is Daniel DB Clouded in here?
Yeah, he is.
What's that one joke he was saying 2 days ago?
What were you saying?
It's like that shawarma sound, like the
shawarma sound.
It's like
what's the current top? The current topic, man. You're coming in late right now, but we moved on. Originally, it was 100%, or when people say 100%, or sure thing, where they're trying to assure you. So our next topic right now, we're getting into
a friend of
my
the
brother
show.
George wanted to talk about misinformation.
We're gonna call a friend of the show.
We're gonna call a friend of the show. He's not gonna pick up.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yo, that one saying you say. Can you say it to Rico? For sure.
Oh, what do you mean? Like,
Do exactly how you do it on the mic.
oh, why?
Do it. It's funny.
Oh, you want it the Aki way? Sure. Let me get it for you.
It's a shawarma place. It's like, you want it the Aki way? I think, where are they from? Jersey? New York?
New York, yeah.
New York. Okay, bye.
Oh, you want that on the Aki way? I got...
Well, shout out to DB Clouded, smash. Oh yeah, I want to give a shout out to probably our cousins Danny.
Birdman.
Danny, his birthday. Happy birthday, Danny.
Happy
Smash,
birthday.
subscribe, and like and touch. But
I can't believe he said that.
Bro, it's how you take it. How the hell do you take it? What image came in your mind when I said that?
And I'll
Smash
wait,
it.
this is
I said, look, all I said is shout out to my cousin Danny. Happy birthday. Smash, like, subscribe, and touch.
This is how I pictured it. When he said the touch part, people will go slowly against their phone and just caress it down to the subscribe.
This guy's, my brother's picturing me with like luscious, long blonde hair, and I'm just like when the wind hitting me,
But yeah, let's move on. For misinformation, I actually find this a lot.
Would you like me with blonde hair?
No, black hair is good for you. Gray hair is good for you.
No, but anyways.
So, I found this a lot recently. I like conspiracy theories. Like, I enjoy reading them. I don't believe they're true, but they're fun to hear because I like people who think about stuff.
So this is when you say that.
But when you say stuff like certain conspiracy theories, they're blocked off. I remember back in 2014.
But it's so vague. Like what conspiracy? So
you want me to actually say the conspiracy?
No, there's sickness. There's people that believe in lizards. There's a flat Earth.
Do you know
theory.
we know a flat Earth? Do you know we know a flat
alien
earther?
theory. There's everything.
Did you know that?
What?
We know a flat earther.
Who's a flat earther?
Your cousin.
Why are you shouting out? Flat earther? Who?
Oh,
Who's a flat earther? We don't know.
He sent me a bunch of YouTube saying this is why the Earth is flat. I'm like, you don't believe this, do you? He's like, yeah, I do. And I don't believe in space. Like, as people going to the space. I'm like,
there's a lot of look. At the end of the day, the truth is, I can look up and see stars and whatever it is, and people make compelling argument to deceive and trick people. We don't even know, right? Because to a point, there was to a certain point that they actually believed that the Earth was flat, or
but we have proven
flat until Galileo. Was it Galileo? I don't know if it was, or Michelangelo.
Yeah.
Or who came? I don't know who it is. Fact check me, guys.
All I know is that
I
we
don't know
could
if
dig
it
a
was Michelangelo,
hole.
Galileo, or whoever came and said, no, the Earth is not flat because of this and this. It's actually a sphere that goes around. And then originally they used to think that everything revolved around the Earth, right? And the Earth was the center of the universe, but that was proven wrong.
500 BC by Pythagoras.
Oh, Greek guy, Pythagoras.
Pythagoras.
And then no, but they also talk about the angel. Who after that?
After him?
Yeah, like they talked about, because he's probably got stoned, but people didn't believe him back then. And then
Named Eratosthenes. Eratosthenes.
yeah, the Greeks. Was it Greek? He probably
Yeah.
sounds so Greek.
Then there's also Plato wrote about the
Plato. That's what I was trying to think too. Yeah, Plato.
Plato.
Yeah.
Then if you want to take it back to even older times.
Well, I don't know. See, like, this is what it is. Everybody has an opinion. Everybody could easily be changed,
Yes.
depending on what evidence or compelling argument that you make. So about misinformation, so that's a good point. To kind
Okay, so if you want me again, but I'm saying, for example, COVID.
yeah,
So over time, we were very limited to the information they were giving us.
yeah.
We
Was
saw.
it new? Was it new?
Yes, it was brand new.
Okay.
But it was so popular, they forced out the same type of information. Didn't you ever notice that? All it would be, outbreak here. We have this many. Lock in. It was like, without actually explaining what was happening to those people, or what's going on, like, how bad is it? Not like, they're just saying people are dying. Like, okay, who are these people who've died because of this? It's not giving the people the information we need to fully understand. That's why Canada did pretty bad in the
Okay, there's a counter argument here saying,
yeah.
is every single nurse in on it? Is every single...
That's how it's.
No, I'm just saying, no, you have to think, go back to those. Is every single doctor in on it spreading falsified information when they're giving out? When they're saying we're already at over 100% capacity, and they're saying, hey, when they go into a ER emergency and the rooms are full and the beds are full, because right now already the system is overloaded. So when you have something,
But that's something else in total. Like, I'm talking about the media that was being produced to us. We kept hearing those same facts. We weren't changing anything. Nothing was changing. How many times did Trudeau say, we're open more and more?
yeah.
And there was no change in the media information we were receiving. I'm saying the misinformation we receive isn't from the actual source. That's my whole point. Like, we never like, the same reason we're not like, we don't know what happened in Germany when World War I, World War II. We were not even born.
What do you mean? How do you not know what happened?
We don't know, like, the actual personal experiences of those people or what was going on between the front lines. We only read stories. We will never truly know.
That's not true.
Yes, it is, because it's what the information that
There's
we're given.
There's fact checking. There's yes, okay. They say that history is written by the victors, but on a global scale, when you got so many people happening, it's harder when you have many witnesses. So
Now I'm gonna make your brain sink.
okay, well let's see.
How many times have you noticed history was obscured? When you said that statement, conquering of the victors, what's going on with our people, for example?
Yeah,
Our monuments are being fully into rubble and ash.
yeah, but they're announcing it. They're saying that's happening.
Yeah, but
It's being recorded. They're not saying that's not happening.
yeah, but it's being
The
recorded.
genocide is still being recorded and it's been brought up.
Yeah, I
And
agree with that.
So what else?
But like,
We weren't there.
we were in there.
Well, guess who passed on that information? The eyewitnesses of being involved.
that's
So my grandpa, great to his
Yeah,
kid.
okay. That's my whole point,
Great.
though.
Yeah.
I'm saying the information leads from one single source. It's like a game of telephone.
Not really.
Yes,
If
it
it's
is.
happening. if it's happening on a massive scale, it's hard.
No,
Like
it
right
isn't.
now to say if people are being massacred, it's really hard to turn it into a telephone game, especially by the people that are witnessing their own people getting massacred, or even good people that are in the same culture are witnessing people that get massacred. For example, lies will eventually always be exposed and brought to light. Perfect example is shout out, to the indigenous people with the schools and what happened. How many times did those, nuns and whatever the stories and even the government hid that stuff? What is false, what is a lie,
You just said
will
it.
always come to the truth.
But you just said.
No, but people were aware of it. People were afraid to speak of it, but they try to bury it and hide it. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah,
So
which
you can't go on a lie. It's history wise. You can't go on a lie for a long period of time.
You just said it though. It was all misinformation from the very beginning. I'm not
No,
saying.
it's not it was just hush. There was no misinformation. They
That-
try to bury it.
What do you think happens when you try to bury information?
I know, but it's not like maybe at that time. But I'm saying eventually misinformation doesn't last.
Yeah, didn't they said in the
You know why it
beginning-
doesn't last?
Yeah, no, I know why it doesn't last. But you remember what was happening when the government was trying to bury it? They were saying they were doing this much.
But they couldn't.
help. Yeah, they couldn't do it. But what happened there? That information was getting what?
But I'm saying
Miscommunicate.
misinformation is only for a short period.
That could
But
be
eventually
true.
the truth comes out. Remember with the free trade and with the truckers and Donald Trump is gonna win and this and that. They were talking and so many people believed that and everything and they followed. Misinformation is as good as in that short period. But what's gonna end up happening, the truth will always come out at the end of the day. The truth will be exposed.
Okay, so right now,
Yeah.
do you believe that governments show us what we need to see?
No, they can't. They can't show you.
No, I'm saying, do they show us what?
There's some stuff they won't tell you.
Yeah.
How do you know, like, right now, for example, I'll give you an example. Let's say NASA is a space agency.
Yeah.
They know that there's a comet that's coming that's going to wipe out the world.
Okay.
They're doing everything in their power. NASA with the government, with different governments across, keeping it. Are they just going to announce it to the world? Or are they going to be hush-hush about it and do whatever they can, try to prevent this, do something to shift it that it doesn't hit the earth, or at bare minimum, blast something in there to make it into levels so that it doesn't destroy a whole place. Because what ends up happening when you announce it, and what ends up, you're going to have a disaster, chaos.
But that's so. I actually watched the movie that was the whole situation, and they chose not to announce it. And when they finally did, there was 4 days left till it came. And you know what everybody just said? Because the way they announced it, they said there's 7 billion people on this world. 7 billion people need to help us fix. So they got made almost everybody on the world think of a way to save their lives. Because there's no point. What are you gonna do in 4 days?
No, I'm saying that, well, that's the thing. But you have people in each country that have their top thinkers, their top experts, and they have the eye on it, right? Like, and they're thinking, and obviously to a point, there's certain things that there is weapons that are developed that they cannot show or list to others.
Well, yeah, for safety reasons.
Yeah. Example, if you ever looked into it, Canada we probably had the first jet, the fastest plane before the States. Canada's supposed to be a peaceful country, and it's called the aerospace or something. Look it up. I don't know what it was. Bro, the fastest thing. They were shocked. Where the Machs and everything like these F-35s and F-10s come from, it's from the whole idea of an inventor here in Canada that we made it. Canada's done a lot, but it's the aeroplane they took, because they couldn't have Canada have something like that. They took the blueprints, they destroyed the
2015
prototype, they
is
say they
called-
destroyed it, but the US took it. And what ends up happening after that, you start seeing better military jets coming along.
Yeah, it's called the Avro Canada CF 105.
Yeah, Avro Canada. But that's what I'm trying to say. It's like, but look, regardless of that, a perfect example, I'll just use that. In that short period of time, they try to close it up. They try to not talk about it. Probably nobody even heard about it. But eventually, the truth will always come out. Misinformation is only good for a short period of time, because truth will always, because something about a lie, the more you lie, you don't remember. And if you notice a liar, their story is always changing because you're lying, you're making it up. As a human being, you're not able to remember to the exact thing. You made up the story. If it wasn't written down or you never wrote it down, go 3 days by, you're going to mess up half of that story. And that's what I'm trying to tell. Like, I get it. There is, history is written by the victors. Why did it happen? But there's people that will always witness. They'll witness it, and what they will do, they will share it with their children, with their family. So no matter what, the truth will always be exposed, right? For example, right now, when the Holocaust did happen, nobody was doing anything at the beginning. At the beginning, they weren't doing anything. While Hitler and his Nazi Germany, they were like putting them in camps, destroying them, hurting them. Even the Olympics was supposed to be like happening. They didn't do anything. They were scared. But what ends up happening, the more it's happening, you can no longer bury it. You have to stand against what is evil, regardless of what it is. People witness it. It was too much of a massive scale that you cannot keep it hush-hush. So misinformation, remember this. It's only good for a short period. Eventually, the truth will always overcome it and come to light. That's how it is, right? And especially now where we are and with technology and media and people opinionated, this. But it's tactics sometimes. People do come in and spread misinformation to cause division.
No, they passed a bill.
What?
In Canada, we have a bill that is what we are shown on Google or the internet in Canada is monitored and given to us. So we can't get information that they don't want us to see. That's fully illegal. Like, that's allowed happening in Canada.
That's not, is it?
Yeah, Bill C-311.
They drop it. You can't do that. It's against freedom.
That's
freedom of information or whatever.
That's the whole point. Like, why? So there used to be a casino. It was an online casino that didn't want to partner with the government to give it a portion. It was an online casino. People loved it, and everybody made money. And their excuse was they couldn't partner it to make it legal. But it was always legal everywhere. It's like legal in almost every other country besides Canada and America.
So what's happening right now with like Facebook and...
See, that's the whole point. They want to monetize it even heavier. So it's like, that's what I was trying to get to you. I'll miss them because we're such a technological age right now. We won't be getting newspapers anymore. We won't be hearing stuff on TV anymore. You know how North Korea,
yeah,
the whole citizen, everybody in North Korea, only know Kim Jong-un as everything else. There's nothing outside of him. That is what I call a massive stand of misinformation. Do you notice how little people get out? They increase the safety. Have you watched?
But what happens though? People are aware.
Everyone's aware.
Do people try to escape? Even with that, they know there's more. There's people that escape. There's people that will take risk. There's people that will try to expose them.
Yeah, they try to escape. But we all been knowing about North Korea. Everyone, like in America, Canada, every country knows about North Korea and what they do. The question is, why haven't we done anything? Because it's not.
Because there's no interest right now.
Yeah, not for anybody. Yeah. There's no point.
Well, they try. That's why you have the war. So you got someone. They'll still do it by creating different agendas. Like, it's all interest. Yeah, like it's interest. I know that the global. We don't know. We're like minuscule, right? There's people that play a different game, that they look at the world as just resources. There is no countries. Right, so there's superpowers. But all the top people, are connected. It's just, that's what it is. They are. They're the top billionaires, and that's the thing. They hang out with each other. They do business with each other. They run. They hold. They control commodities. They do. They have like. Who was it? Even Patrick. What's the name that a Syrian Armenian guy.
Oh,
He even says it like it's controlled by like what is it, Soros, that billionaire that owns his company owns how much of the world as you know it. Like you know what? That's the inequality of what happens is that when people aren't really united together for a better, and that let division and bad things come in between them. Because if you really wanted to do well for your people, you're always going to be defending them. You'll always keep them in the neat, on the basis of knowing what's the most crucial. You would educate them. You would fund them. You want that. You would make that versus just having a few that control everything. Because that's greediness. It's just greed.
yeah. But so you know how you're saying hush hush information?
Yeah.
But like those people, like a lot of people would assume that doesn't exist. Like you know how there's like those billionaires. We say how me and you talk about like obviously there's people like top brass. Like it's not just our presidents, prime ministers. People wouldn't see that like how I see that. People will be like, no, like it's the like strongest power is like a president, for example. But people don't realize like we have a prime minister here, but we still go running to America.
I see. Like I see that. It's hard, man. It's for me personally. I think it's bigger than what you think.
Yes.
This is the country, U.S. Was created by these top people that created it. Same thing with Canada. Then there's ideologies that they want to take,
and they put it
on others, and same thing. Like it's whether who's the lesser evil. Yeah. Would you rather have America in power and do what it is, or would you rather have America dwindling down, or have, for example, Pakistan take over all the world, or Saudi Arabia, or Indonesia, or China? Now, and you got to think about what kind of life you would have versus what you have now if they were to take over. Let's say, for example, Saudi Arabia, Shara Islamic State. Now imagine on a massive global level, how would your life change? All right, forget that. Let's put that aside. Let's say China. It's a communist country that obviously you have, majority of the, equality there, and then you have only a few people that really control everything.
Yes.
And the whole idea and the concept of communism, it's not logic. It will never work because it's not. There are always going to be somebody on top that creates the system, controls the system, that does it.
Yeah.
Right. So these are bigger issues that I don't know, ponder on what you do. Personally, I would rather have Canadian, and I don't know, maybe now. I would want the Canada that was from like 15, 20 years ago. I know it's weird, it's not that long ago, but I want that Canada back. That how that was.
Yes.
15, 20 years ago, exactly. Same thing with the States. For me, the States the States that I wanted back was more from the 80s and the not even like the 70s and the 80s, because I know they did all these other things, but they believed in that work ethic, hard work, doing all these things, where it's kind of drifted away from that. And don't get me wrong, like Europe is beautiful, France, England too. I would like to see that. Germany, the thing with Germany, I just don't trust them because they did World War I and World War II, and they feel like who's ever to do it again would be Germany. But what I'm trying to say is, like, I wouldn't want that lifestyle.
Yeah.
But
so, and the other thing, I think everything's like a play. Like, countries make themselves look better to their people. Like, how happy was everyone when they heard that, like Canada, they gave them money
Yeah.
for like help support, but nobody actually knows we didn't lose that money. Like we're just charging them. Like they're gonna pay it back over years. It's what happened with like Germany just I think recently paid off who.
They own, like, everybody owes them money in the European Union.
Yeah.
Even France owes them money.
So it's like each country has debt like with another country. America, if they give money, they expect it back with X amount of years. They gave us a lot of money to Israel, but like nobody knows that it has to be paid back. Nobody knows about. But I wouldn't call that misinformation. I just think people don't look for that information.
Well, there are deals and contract that why would they put it out to the world to see, right?
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
But it's like there's nothing ever is done. Just like, oh, I'm gonna help you out because you're the little guy. We want you to do good. Like, no, it doesn't happen like that.
Yeah.
Every change or anything that happens, there's a contract with both countries saying this will be paid back in this amount.
Yeah.
I give you all of this. That's why the biggest issue, what happened in Iraq, I remember how they just fully left.
Yeah.
But like people had theories saying they left, leaving all the like weapons and all that. They broke the machines obviously before they left.
Go fix it.
Yeah, like
Well, not only that, they created a vacuum, right? When they left, it's like a power grab, everybody fighting over things.
Yeah.
But when they do it for a purpose and reasoning. They want that instability, right? So it's, there's a lot of things out there, but each one will do what they can to protect their own country. And, I don't care about any, for example, though, like, I don't care about any life except American life. Right?
Yeah.
And the same thing with the other side that they're fighting. I don't care about American life. I only care about my people and my country's life. And that's everywhere you go. It's the but you know what? Like the missionaries and a lot of faith, like give shout out to the church that has taken away from the fighting and the violence, right? There's missionaries out there, people that go out of good heart and good wills, that take their time and effort and money and resources to spread joy and spread the truth and to help others. There's as much as people you have bad, there's good in the world.
Yeah.
Right? Like and the misinformation, I get it. Like it's annoying, it's frustrating. You had people fighting over COVID. You had people fighting about different. There's so much. It's like a rabbit hole. Like, why do you do it to yourself? It is. It's like, why do you do it to yourself? At the end of the day, it's like, focus on things to improve yourself and move forward. Misinformation is temporary. People are always fighting against restraints, corruption, against control. Because we all deep down want to be free. So no matter what, if things are going to a place that are going to take freedom away, it won't be that easy. People are naturally like freedom. They'll fight. Even when there was before even like the American, there were slaves and they used to take slaves, white, black, brown.
gladiator type.
Yeah, the war. You'd take over the country and even the Anglican, you take them as your slaves, force them to work, force them on the ships. But we've come a long way from that type of environment and what that world was. How many wars and traveling, slaughtering, killing. There's still wars and bad things, but we need to civilize and educate and do those kind of things. But I know it's not easier said. But misinformation, my final thought on that matter is like, yes, there is. It's annoying. It's so much. It's a rabbit hole. It's not waste your time on, right? Go in your own community. Talk to others. Go see for yourself. Witness. Expose evil. Talk about the truth, and eventually, no matter what, people collectively will come together and they will expose what a lie is, and the truth will always come out. That's what it is, and that's my final thought on it. Misinformation is just annoying. You're gonna see people go on a rabbit hole, waste all their life behind a computer talking about this back and forth. What'd you do with your life? That's all I'm gonna say.
Well, I'm just gonna say misinformation is everywhere. Anywhere you can look at, there will be people saying something that isn't true. And if I was you, I I'll try even going to the library because everything's more watched on your computer. I don't recommend trying to search like random stuff. Just if you're interested in a topic and you want to get all the information you want, go to a library.
Well, not just library. Use as many resources you want. As many resources. It could be library, books, people that you know that specialize in certain fields.
Yeah.
Libraries, there's so much. Use it. Don't just stick to one source. That's all.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that'll be it for misinformation.
And then we got our coming up, our next podcast. Christmas special.
Christmas Eve special.
Last Christmas, I gave George my heart. Is it doing it? Yes, it is.
Did it?
The Eagle
did.
Brother. That was weak. We're gonna do it again one more time.
That was a lot better.
It sounded more like a crow than it sounded like an eagle. Smash, hit, subscribe, and like and touch, as George would like to say.
Touch.
In all honesty, looking forward to our next one. And we need to bring something. We keep saying this, but we're gonna do something. I think it's about time we bring somebody on here. But anything, final thoughts before we head out and let you listen to some sweet, sweet Assyrian music? Shalama and goodbye. George?
If I had to face a monster, it would be a spaghetti monster.
I would eat that spaghetti monster. Well, ciao. Love it. As always, you guys been a pleasure to deal with. Thank you, everyone.
See you.
Take care.
Attention please.
بيوانا روخي قاتا وبيركي من نشنا عيني اضطر درتا يخن ما ينجو قرتا خيو ما بتاتيا للشوق لي قسفرتا لبي مرا بتاتيا خشتلا بتاتيا قالت اخلو قلبي بشماي بتاتيا بتكل الكنشنه بوردة بالساقنة تزنيات وعلقلوان ولا بتمار يسنة
بيتا كل كنشنة بوردة بالساقنة تزنيات وعلقلوان ولا بتمار يسنة
جوان قلة عيال جوان قلة زيت قمت قاتو لبي مخيلة
جوان قلة عيال جوان قلة زيت قمت قاتو لبي مخيل
هابت أمر كل بيباينا هابت أمر لما صن شنا
ريشت لام كل بناته ورد لقاد لبي مداقن بديو بالزايد